Hello, I'm speaking with Lubomir Dolishal. And Lubomir, can you tell about your involvement into the Python community in Vienna?
So my involvement was I was being pulled into co-organizing PyLadies in Vienna by Tina, the main organizer, and this has helped me to be first active as a mentor of the courses and let's say co-organizer of the beginner courses that we are holding.
And did you had any previous experience of organizing community projects in the Python programming language or workshops, or was
Not
you
at all.
mentoring before? So not at all. You
Not
was.
at all. And I think that I was learning everything on the go, and I think that this never is easy to start interfacing with a larger community.
Mhm.
And I don't know what I would want to say. This says something we should cut, I think.
No problem. And it's a bit difficult because Tina is still in the room behind the camera. But
Yeah.
did you ever had the feeling you regret to be pulled into this?
No, I never would say that I regret.
Very cool answer. Okay. You're also in the field of geospatial work, basically. Can you
Yeah.
explain for a total beginner what this is? I think it's something with geography, but I don't understand.
Um, as part of my studies, I studied geoinformatics, which means mainly working with maps online.
Mm-hmm.
And later on, I went more into the area of satellite data, which is a perfect field for utilizing Python, mainly because most of the tools that we work there daily with are actually written in Python and are open source. Therefore, it really enables the community building online around those tools, where a lot of companies being active in the field are actively pooling their developer resources into making it available for much larger community than just that one company or environment.
And in the scientific education process, if you become a geoinformatic engineer, is there Python, in your opinion, already taught in the universities, or is this something you have to do after graduation yourself?
This really differs based on where in Europe you're studying. In my case, it was not like that. When I was studying, we were starting with C++ as a pretty intimidating first language to learn. And only as afterwards courses, I was exposed to Python. So Python was not my first programming language, but I think it was actually the first where I actually learned a little bit deeper in how you can create code and how you can meaningfully express your commands to the computer. And Python should, in my opinion, be taught much earlier to most of the people, and that's what we are really aiming for with the PyLadies, so that your first exposure to programming is as smooth as possible.
What you think about the argument from informatic teachers that they say Python should not be the first language taught to students because it's too easy and too lazy, they're not forced to make types, etc.
This may be true for when you're going for computer science, but in our environment, for example, coming back again to the geospatial, a lot of my, let's say, schoolmates were actively intimidated by C++ or generally a lower level programming
Strict
languages,
yeah.
and they really avoided any contact with it actively. So I think it's not a good way to do it in this really fast-paced and rapidly changing world.
I see. Then we spoke before already. You was on many other Python conferences too. Can you, how should I say, as a professional who enjoys Python conferences, can you tell someone who now is thinking maybe I should come to the next PyCon Austria, what is a good argument to come there, especially as a first timer?
We are mostly focusing on trying to expand the community, and as a programmer who just interfaces with a very small number of people, like if you're working from home or if you're just working in a small team, it really can be daunting to just hear the same things on and on. So I see, let's say, 3 aspects of why you should come to PyCon. First would be get in touch with as many people as possible that really will push you forward just by talking to them and sharing the pains and the successes and highlights of your work.
So get out of your basements.
Yes. Second would be you really get to learn new things and talk and hear about other people doing amazing things. And that is what I think is moving this whole community very quickly forward.
So you're on the edge, basically, when you get involved with conferences.
Yes, and we will definitely try to make our talks to be reflecting that. And the third would be to just have a good time in our event, because that's what we are striving to provide you with.
Okay, well, thank you. And see you at PyCon.